What is going on, everybody? It's Alex, back to another video, and today, y'all know what time it is. It's time for this week's mock draft. So, of course, if you guys are new, like, comment, subscribe, you know what to do. Let's just get into this. No need for a really quick intro. Want to make sure this video is fun for y'all. We are doing trades, and again, actually starting next week, we're going to be going to 3 rounds. So, if you guys are excited, watch tomorrow's video for round 2 because there's going to be a lot of drafting philosophy going on, and especially when we get to 3 rounds. We're going to see the drafting philosophy get even more complex. So hope you guys do enjoy that. Starting off with the number 1 pick. We got the Texans here, and obviously quarterbacks should be where they go. Just the problem is none of these guys are worth the number 1 overall pick. Malik Willis is the only guy I take maybe in the top 6. You know, Matt definitely helped out his stock when he was against Alabama, but he did not help it out to the maximum capability. Like, he could have sucked against Alabama and thrown a bunch of picks, and he'd be considered as a late first right now. He didn't do that. That's why I solidified him as maybe a top 15 prospect. Malik Willis is just going off. Granted, not against the best teams in the world. Did pretty damn well against Syracuse, which was his toughest competition. I'm not ready to say Malik Willis needs to be the number 1 overall pick. That's just something that's a personal thing. I don't think that these quarterbacks are worth the number 1 overall pick. It's not a good quarterback class. People will talk about Kenny Pickett being like a 2nd round pick. And if Kenny Pickett's a 2nd round pick, no pun intended, obviously, that is pretty much saying that this class is not too bueno. Glad I was not on the Slovis train for a little bit. Of course, getting an eyelash in my eye is not really the best thing for recording. But I know y'all hate this pick with a passion. I mean, you guys say we don't want another Jadeveon Clowney. I'm going to be 100% honest, Texans fans. Would you rather wait a couple years, have a team that's really damn solid? And y'all, please drop your opinions down in the comment section. Would you rather wait a couple years and just 2, because that's when like Quinn Ewers and this next group of quarterbacks after the 2023 class is going to be probably a lot better than what we've seen, and have a roster that can actually win 10 to 12 games? Or would you rather stick Malik Willis in, win about 8 games a year, maybe 7 games, and have a roster that needs to continue to be repaired until Malik Willis gets his full contract? You tell me, because obviously I'm not on that train. I think out of respect for the quarterbacks, you cannot have a team that is fully bandaged up by a bunch of veterans just to look competitive. I think you need a team that actually is good, and you need game changers. And I think KT is of that. Well, since Chase Young's not performing well, you maybe not talk about that. But that Chase Young type of prospect level, you could talk about Myles Garrett as his ceiling, obviously. KT is unbelievable. He's been the number 1 prospect since his high school years. Like, since his freshman year, he's been arguably the best player in the nation for his age. He's super young, super athletic, superstar. I'm going to take him. I know y'all don't like it. And that's why I don't like the Texans being at number 1, because I love being able to just get around that KT pick. But you have to realize that that is the best pick value-wise for your franchise. So, again, quarterback is the most valuable position. But I'm going to be sticking away from KT for the time being. And plus, there's actually really good 2nd-round quarterbacks in this class. If you want to take another patch one, be my guest. We'll see who's there. Again, this is all live. I'm not doing this stuff beforehand because I don't want to give you guys a weird ass product where I'm pretending to make picks. No, you guys get to see the thought process live. This pick, I know y'all want Derek Stingley, and to be honest, it wouldn't be a terrible idea. However, given the drop in cornerback value, I highly consider it. The tackle value is exponentially worse. You need to get an offensive line there. All right, you guys gave Cam Robinson a freaking franchise tag. That's embarrassing. You know, Walker Little going to be coming up, going to be doing all right. Evan Neal's unbelievable. This is, again, a personal preference. These are my top 2 guys in the class. Again, that's also why I'm doing the mock draft. Evan Neal has the most value. You want to protect Trevor Lawrence. You don't want him to be some bum out on the field because he's going to be scrambling all the time, not being able to actually get used to processing reads and be able to make, Laviska Shenault a monster the way he can be. So Evan Neal is the best value by far. Can play left tackle, right tackle, guards if you need to fill him in at those positions. He can do whatever the hell you want. He's amazing. 6'7", 300, I believe 45 or 355. he's crazy. My favorite player in the draft right there, Evan Neal. And his athleticism is so good. He's young and he's shown so much development. Dude, the sky's the limit for this kid. You might have a slower start, but this is a team that can take a slower start to have a guy who is invaluable down the line. So number 3, I'm stuck between 2 dudes at this spot. And it's not Derek Stingley. Again, he's out with an ankle injury, I believe, for the entire year. So that will drop his stock a little bit. Another reason why I wouldn't take him at 2. Cal Hamilton and DeMarvin Leal. Or Leal. I actually might be wrong on that one. For once, Brochmo might have been right. I heard on PFF, Mike Renner be able to say Brian Leal. So whatever it is, DeMarvin, he is an edge prospect. He's not an interior defensive line. I don't know why they haven't changed that. People think he's an interior defensive line. He gets used on the edge. He plays like he's 260 pounds at 290. He has the weight of an interior defensive lineman, but he doesn't play like it. Imagine if he actually dropped a little bit of weight, similar to what Aiden Hutchinson did, who's an absolute freak, by the way. I realized I made the Lions 7-round mock. You guys can check that out. I'm doing all your team-based mocks as well, so feel free to stay around because we're even bringing on people like NFL RT for the Cowboys. We just confirmed that, as well as Brochmo for the Dolphins and many more. We even got a special Rams YouTuber coming onto the channel. But y'all realize that you guys need edge more than even defensive talent, more than secondary talent. And Cal Hamilton can take over a game. DeMarvin Leal, I don't really care what people have to say about maybe him being a little inconsistent here and there. I think that that's not true. Even if you don't put up a sack in certain games, still think you're a top-end prospect. DeMarvin Leal can take over a game. He's the most exciting edge player to watch, even over KT. I think he's a game breaker. And again, he is an edge talent. You're going to probably be releasing Trey Flowers. You guys told me about that. So again, keep telling me stuff in the comments section. You guys teach me a lot more than what I can find out just by watching games and stuff, because you guys are the true fans. You guys invest all your time into one team. I do it into 32. So again, I love your feedback. It helps me out so much because at this pick, I'd consider going Kyle Hamilton because I think he is the more valuable player. Because again, you do have some guys who are solid in your edge group. Now they aren't really playing like it, and there's a pretty good chance that Trey Flowers is going to get cut. So we're going to be going to Marvin Leal here. I'm making sure I said Trey Flowers and not Eric Flowers because that's like, y'all know. Number 4, you got the Jets. And this is actually a toss-up here because Derek Stingley is that good, but Kyle Hamilton is that legendary. So I honestly think I kind of want to go Kyle Hamilton here. Again, Derek Stingley's injury is going to make his stock slip a little bit. He had a pretty rough year. Granted, he had a legendary freshman year. I don't know if we can stick to always saying Derek Stingley is going to be the best prospect because of his freshman year. You know, it's been a little while. He wasn't doing too hot this year. And then also he's injured. He's going to light up the combine. I'm not going to be surprised, and I would not push back if you want Derek Stingley at this pick. I think that Marcus May, if I'm not mistaken, is on a franchise tag. Even if you bring him back, Kyle Hamilton, I mean, you talk about Hamza and Nasir Al-Din. Like, you know, you're going to have Hamza stop Kyle Hamilton here. He can also play the slot for you guys. He is a do-it-all dude. I think he's probably the second best defensive player of the class. You know, you can look at it and like, yeah, I mean, maybe we can get Brandon Joseph in the next round. Honestly, that's not a terrible idea. You know what? We're going to do it. Derek Stingley's been losing his stock a little bit, but I think the opportunity cost for you guys in economics of losing out on Derek Stingley and then not having a corner in round 2, because again, there's a big drop off, even Mikael Wright. Most likely, Darian Kendrick's the best thing you're going to get, and I might draft him in the first. Then you're looking at Roger McCreary as your best option. That's not a good sign. I think based on the value of the corners in this class, at just like the top heaviness of it, we're going to go Derek Stingley here. Make sure that you have an all-around prospect. Consider Kyer Elam there as well. He's a freak. Andrew Booth Jr. is being a little bit overrated right now. Ahmad Gardner needs to be getting top 10 hype. He's been going off this season. Number 5, you got the Giants, and I think the biggest needs are offensive line as well as edge. They got it right there. I don't know if interior offensive line is exactly the need because Nate Solder's been crap. Of course, I do love the kid out of Connecticut, bugging us in, Matt Peart. He was one of my guys in that draft class, the first draft class I ever studied. So, you know, there's a lot to like about what this team has to offer. Kyle Hamilton is certainly in my consideration, but you have your secondary on paper is unbelievable. Don't know why they're exactly not meshing yet. There is a lot of newer pieces. So I think that in time that will be able to work itself out. It's pissing me off because I want Kyle Hamilton to have been gone by 3, and I love him. But there is a player that is on another level right now. He's been going off red hot. He's been showing that he's arguably better than the 2 edges that went before him. That's Aiden Hutchinson. I think that we're going to be taking him here. He's just an absolute freak of nature. Again, we do have another pick coming up, but I'm seeing 2 teams right here that probably, I'd honestly take edge over a corner right now if I were the Falcons. I would take Aiden Hutchinson first because, again, honestly, I think edge pressure is a little bit more valuable than cornerback right now, especially when you got a guy like Aiden Hutchinson who looks as dominant, if not more dominant, than the number 1 overall pick. He's red hot. He's made so many great progressions throughout his career, made a huge leap this year, dropped some weight, unbelievable athlete, and he's actually converting speed to power. Unlike these 2 guys, they're not doing it as well as Aiden Hutchinson. That's just how good he's been this season. Only reason he's not being picked in that top range because of the fact that, you know what? I think that he has a little bit of a history where he wasn't as athletic. So I'm going to give these guys who are absolute freaks the nod over Aiden Hutchinson, which I'm not really saying much. He's a top 5 pick. I was thinking about taking quarterback there, but again, Daniel Jones has actually been playing really well. So I'm going to say, you know what? Continue fixing the defense, continue fixing the offensive line. Then also, this is a pretty Giants move right here. Then you're going to be able to work from there. On number 6, you got the Falcons. And man, I'm having a hard time finding a place for Kyle Hamilton right now. I think that quarterback, wide receiver, or corner is a little more valuable than safety right now. The wins above replacement for a safety is not nearly as high as a corner. So I'll give the nod to a corner in that situation. Kyle Hamilton's just so game breaking. And I want to take him. But I think Kaiir Elam is the best value. You guys can dispute on that. But I think that based on this pick, you can flip-flop these next 2 because the Eagles are sitting here. And I think the best thing you can do is go Kyle Hamilton, getting a safety. I don't know why he's here. Really don't. If you guys want to take him here at number 6, this is actually a variable pick. If the Falcons fans want him at 6, I'd probably take Kaiir at 7 because there's a chance that you're losing Steven Nelson as well as Anthony Harris. But there's not a good enough linebacker. You're not taking an edge here because, again, you just paid Josh Sweat a lot of money. And, you know, the edge, you're not getting edge 4 at number 7 overall. I think Kyle Hamilton or Kaiir Elam are easily worth it to be not only patches, but possible upgrades in those positions. You know, the Eagles need to continue having a dominant defense. Jalen Hurts has not been doing a bad job. So continue making the team better. The quarterbacks in this class are not worth it at this point. Go with your gut. Go Kyle Hamilton or Kaiir Elam, whichever one would be on the board at that time, depending on what the Falcons fans want. Number 8, you got the Giants back again. So we didn't lose out on anything because I'm still thinking that there are some solid talents on the board. So I'm looking at, the tackle class is just not good enough, man. I think that if you want to, you can put Matt Peart at tackle. You want somebody like these 2 kids are just unbelievable talents. I have Darren Kennard as more like a mid to late first. He's been going top 10. I'm just saying hold off a little bit. He still is very raw, but is very much a New York Giants pick. I think this is a good spot to trade back if I'm going to be 100% honest here. I cannot take those guys at the top because Kenyon Green got benched pretty much into guard from being started at tackle, which is not good. It's a very bad sign for him. I think I'd rather take Darren Kennard here than anything. So I'm going to drop him. I'm going to drop guys have a team try to move up here. You still have really high-end talents all across the board. You have really good quarterbacks here as well. And you have a team in the Steelers that want to pick a quarterback. So we got to see a team like Washington. Of course, not going to do an in-division trade. That would be kind of ridiculous. But teams that want to move up for a quarterback, that's going to be something that's extremely valuable. I'm looking at the Vikings here. Vikings fans, you guys have been pretty vocal about the fact that you are fine trading up for a quarterback, just not a corner if you guys can go and settle for Trent McDuffie. Cornerback is an issue that we need to solve. However, there is a very good free agency corner class. I'll just say that. But the Giants are looking to move back here, and the Vikings might actually want to look for a new future. Kirk Cousins, not been doing as well as we hoped that he would. I think the best option would be to be able to move up and select the top quarterback in this class, which is Malik Willis. Of course, we are not trading up with the Giants. We're trading up. Oh my goodness, not with Washington either. I'm bugging right now. It is early in the morning because I want to get you guys this content as soon as possible. We're moving up with the Giants here, trading the number 16th pick along with a first-round pick, which is funny because the Bears traded up a little bit more than that. But we do have actually extra picks. I'm just feeling out what it's like right now. We're going to offer that third-round pick, ask for maybe a fourth in return. Make sure that we don't get totally screwed on the value. Offer a next year fifth. That's honestly a pretty fair trade. You're giving up some picks in the middle rounds to be able to go up and get a franchise quarterback. Again, it's not 20-10. It's 16-8, and 8 has exponential more value than 10 at that point. Plus, this is for a quarterback. Malik Willis is the best quarterback in the class right now. I'm going to take him, give him the nod over the guy, Matt Corral, who I'm going to be taking next. Otherwise, I'd take Malik Willis for the Steelers. Malik Willis has been going off. I literally see him and I watch him play, and it is Desean Watson, NFL Desean Watson playing. And it has nothing to do with his uniform, even though that does help. He is just a dynamic player, man. He's great. He's great. Maybe not the guy who I want number 1 overall. If he gets taken there, I am not going to be that pissed off. I 100% get it. But the Vikings, you use a first-round pick. What, your next year first is probably going to be on a quarterback, right? So this is going to be able to solidify that value. He's going to be so damn good. I love it. Matt Corral is going to be this next pick, though. Again, I told you he took a big step up with not being able to suck against Alabama. He's usually good, honestly, against Alabama, so can't give him that much of a benefit. Still, he looks really good, and he hasn't done terribly yet, which is a very good sign because people know his top end talent. We just know what his floor could look like. Number 10, you got the Eagles again, and wow, we're able to be able to fix both corner and safety with the top end talent. Yes, and that's awesome. Also, I'm debating on whether I want to keep this 13th pick to the Colts. I think I'm going to, just because of the fact that Carson Wentz has been playing. So as much as I want to give you guys a third first-round pick, we're not going to. Andrew Booth has been a bit overrated. He's had a pretty tough couple stretches of games, and I'm an Andrew Booth guy. As you know, he's my number 11 guy in the draft when I first came out my top 32. Ahmad Gardner's jumped him. He is a lot better fit, I think, for the Eagles, a lot closer to what you're looking for in Steven Nelson. Extremely athletic, put on some extra weight, and man, he is so damn good. I love Ahmad Gardner, Sauce Gardner. He and Kyle Hamilton, I don't get why the hell they fell to the Eagles. They did, and it's worth it. It's just so damn good. I'm falling in love with this pick right here. Bengals on the clock. Tackle is certainly something I want to look at here. Charles Cross has been doing a lot better, so I've got to give him the nod right there. I used to have him as a third-round pick. I had him actually as my number 2 tackle, then dropped to the third. Still is a pretty shit anchor. Don't like that at all. Not been giving up pressures recently, though, so that's a very good thing. Sean Ryan's my next, best tackle on the board. Something that I'm going to stick to probably on that one. I just don't think that this is the right spot to take someone like that. Looking at the guys who are on the board, I could definitely see him going after a corner. They got a bunch of 1 to 2 year contracts, but there's just, Tyler Linderbaum could be worth this pick, though. You guys got Trey Hill. That's like the 6th round pick. Trey Hill also is super young and very developmental. Tyler Linderbaum can play guard for you also, if you guys just want Trey Hill to start eventually. Dude, I'm loving this idea of Tyler Linderbaum. CJ Uzomah is going off right now. I'm not going to be replacing him right now. Tyler Linderbaum's a top 5 prospect for me right at this moment. He's the best interior offensive lineman in the class. Doesn't fit with what the Giants are looking for in terms of an offensive lineman. I'm going to be going Tyler Linderbaum here. It's a great pick. I know actually you guys like that pick too. I'm just forgetting about the fact that you guys said you liked it. So I guess we're on the same wavelength. Tyler Linderbaum's the best interior offensive lineman in the class. Don't look at the ranking and be like, oh, you're looking at the 20th best player. No, that's like the 6th best player, if not 5th. He is crazy good. Big fan of him. Number 12, you got the Panthers. Panthers, to be honest, you don't need corner anymore. You got Stephon Gilmore as well as CJ Henderson. Don't know why TDN hasn't updated that. We could look at offensive line here. Offensive line is certainly something I'd be considering between Kenyon Green, Darian Kennard, Tackle is certainly something you want to look at, but I'm just going to ask you guys, who's worth the first round pick? Honestly, Jackson Kirkland wouldn't be terrible because they do draft dudes who cannot have an anchor, and Jackson has the highest ceiling. I just can't take him at 12th overall, dude. He's a late first for me. Sean Ryan is a guy who's a mid first, and he just doesn't seem, he might not be what the Panthers look for. He's a much bigger dude. Doesn't seem like he fits what they're looking for. Trevor Penning is probably the best thing, next best thing. This team is actually just really damn talented to the point where I have a hard time finding out what this team actually needs. I think I might trade out of this spot because, again, there are guys like there are cornerbacks, high-end corners on the board. A team like the Patriots could use that. A team like Washington can apparently use that. There's going to be a tackle probably selected for the Colts. So, that actually makes it kind of rough for me. But it's not going to be the same tackle as I would select for the Panthers right now. I just can't think that I'm going to draft Trevor Penning or Jackson Kirkland this high, just because, again, Trevor Penning extremely raw. So, and then we already discussed what would happen with Jackson Kirkland. Looking at a team that could use a high-end corner, I'm looking right here. Marshawn Lattimore has been injured. Paulson Adebo's been doing not too shabby. He's been picked on. I saw him get dropped in the rankings for that franchise guy, so got to give him a quick shout out because he does a great job over there on his channel. A team that could probably use some help also. You got the Titans right there. There are top-end wide receivers on the board. The Patriots could use that. I'm just trying to find a reason to, like, a team to actually move up right here because there's no way in hell I'm going to be drafting the guy I'm going to draft at number 12. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm looking at wide receivers. Like, what team could use a wide receiver right now? Nobody. I mean, I guess you could talk about the Colts needing a wide receiver. It's kind of weird. It's a weird spot right now. Could look right here, but of course, Hobbs has been doing pretty damn good there. I'm pretty sure there was another guy who stepped up, Meek Robertson. He also looked pretty good for the Raiders. Don't know what the hell's going on over there. They're doing a great job. But, the Patriots might just move up here. They don't ever move up, though. It's not fair. I'm trying to find a reason to move up, and it's not clicking for a team to actually move up beside the Patriots. It's, you know what? We're going to move up with the Saints because, again, there's probably a receiver going to be taken here. Could even be one taken here. I think it's fair to say the Saints could be a little bit aggressive because they have nothing at the wide receiver position. So we're going to be moving up with the Panthers, NFC South team. Of course, they're in the same division. See, there's the slip. I was like so happy because I found where I wanted to go, and then I couldn't find it. So another team I could honestly move up is the Jets. They have a lot of firepower pick-wise, and there's some really good corners on the board. But Trent McDuffie will probably be there. We're going to move up with the Jets. Jets fans, get excited. We're moving up with you guys. It's not going to honestly be that costly. If I'm not mistaken, it shouldn't be that costly. Yeah, the second round pick gets it through. We're going to send a third round pick along with it just to move up those spots. Again, the Panthers aren't losing out on value. You're getting an extra third round pick to be able to move back and still select the same dude that I would select for you here. So we got corner already. Thought about honestly taking a corner here. So that's a little bit of an oof. But honestly, we do need more than one corner. Like, why not get one? Safety-wise, you could, of course, get another guy. But I think going corner and corner is a good strategy. Edge, again, you got really good guys on the board. I just think that's a second-round issue. We have all the second-round picks still. I think the best value, again, is in the first. You take the first-round picks. Trent McDuffie's the best fit. You take it because, again, there's a lot of teams that could take corners. You get Derek Stingley, who's going to be coming off injury, as well as Trent McDuffie, who's going to be a great day one player. You're stocked. You get Bryce Hall there as well. You're going to be doing good. 13, you got the Colts. And the Colts, you need a tackle. This is where Sean Ryan goes. He's a big tackle, mobile, very underrated. So I think that is going to be the right move right now for the franchise, just going with that. But let's keep it rolling here. You got Washington, and Washington could use a quarterback or a safety. Quarterback, he's just not good enough right now. Safety is with Landon Collins playing, I'm looking at Jordan Battle here, and I'm kind of salivating. I think it's a great option. Line, again, something that you guys could go after. You are looking at Brandon Scherf. If I'm not mistaken, you franchise tagged him. He potentially is leaving. So you do have some holes around the line, potentially. Corner is something you could look at as well. Again, there is that drop off in talent. But I would say that probably the best thing that you could do is go after safety, because this is the best safety class, I think, in the past probably 10, 15 years. Jordan Battle's the best all-around safety. Brand Joseph got with the most ceiling. I'm going to go Jordan Battle to be able to replace Landon Collins. I just really love what he brings to the table. He's been going off this year. I think that his stock has risen a lot more than what TDN's respecting. I think he's a top 15 player in the class. Really, really good player. So big fan of him. Go off, son. So next, Patriots, I think there's better talent in the second round for wide receiver than there's corner. Another reason why I moved up with the Jets, which probably shouldn't have, but you give them a third round pick to be able to select 2 top end talents. Andrew Booth Jr. going to be selected here. That's going to be a guy who works on the Patriots. So big fan of that. Number 16, the Giants are back on the board, and you know what? We are going Darian Kennard here. Kenyon Green, certainly worth the pick. Darian Kennard has the most upside as well. He's a tackle, but could also move into guard and be an unbelievable asset to the squad. You got the Titans here. I think they're going to give Harold Landry that contract. He's been going off this year. That means the biggest hole is at linebacker, and there are some really, really good ones. Christian Harris is the most athletic linebacker in the class. I think that he has the most upside, and he's a lot better than Rashawn Evans. And that's going to put him over the top for me. Devin Lloyd is a redshirt senior. He is old. Henry Toto is another guy who I'd consider. Again, missed tackles are going to be a little bit of a concern. Christian Harris is probably heads above the best linebacker in the class. You take him right there, and it's number 17 overall. It's not that big of a reach. Number 18, you got the Saints. And quarterback, I don't know if Sam Howell is going to be worth taking at that spot. Jabu Winston needs just dudes to throw to. Chris Olave is a deep threat. I think Garrett Wilson's going to offer you the best chance of getting a good separator who's good after the catch. I think the ability to create is the most valuable thing that you can have at a wide receiver position. Garrett Wilson's that guy. Number 19, you got the Broncos. This is where Sam Howell's going to go. It's worth the pick. It's late in the first round. Teddy has been doing great. He's not worth a monster contract. And Drew Lock hasn't made that progression. So get Sam Howell. It's a great value pick as well. You're not picking in the top 10. It's late first. You always take a shot on a dude like that. Sam Howell's been playing very well too. And no disrespect to him. Considered him at 14. But again, I honestly think that getting a guy I think free agency is the right way to patch Washington right now. Number 20, you got the Raiders on the board. Raiders, I don't know what the hell y'all need. Honestly, offensive tackle, but it's really weird to say that the Raiders have been playing really well. Linebacker to me is a big issue for them. I think that they could use one, but I just can't see the value. Jordan Davis could probably be taken at 20. Late first is where I feel comfortable with him, but he does seem like a Raider, and they have invested a lot of money into that position, but it's only short term. I think that's the right way to do it. I think it's the right move, guys. I think it's the right move. So we're going to go defensive tackle here. Jordan Davis, it is a fit. I'm just against that. So we're going to be rocking that right there. Number 21, you got the Panthers on the board, and Panthers, this is where I feel comfortable taking Jackson Kirkland. He is a tackle. I think he'll be a guard. You guys need help at the guard position. I think that provides you the best overall talent right there, best overall value. Edge-wise, at this spot for the Chargers, I'm looking between 2 dudes because this is a stacked edge class. I'm looking at Kenyon Green here because there's a pretty big fall off, and thinking about putting him at guard. I know you have that one dude who was from the Lions, who's their backup guard, who's actually not too shabby, but man, dude, Kenyon Green has that punch. And again, he can develop as a tackle and replace Brian Bulaga. You can talk about just getting a Kamakwanu here, who is a tackle, former guard. I think Kenyon Green provides the best value, though. Get him here. Continue bolstering your offensive line. There's not many needs on this team. It's a really damn good squad. And again, edge depth will be the savior of this franchise. Oh, the poor Dolphins. This is just not good for you guys. Edge is going to be where you need to go. Majai's a good fit. Nick Bonito's a good fit. Adam Anderson's a great fit. It's a tough one, guys. I'm gonna go. No, I hate Majai being the first edge out of this group off the board. I'm gonna be going Nick Bonito here. You had some success with Van Noy. Nick Bonito has probably one of the highest end talents in the draft class in terms of athleticism. His play style is a little bit weird for me. I'm just going to say we'll give him a shot. I think that Brian Flores will be able to make it happen. Number 24, Cowboys. You guys know where I'm going with this. I think the best value here is Adam Anderson playing that Randy Gregory role. Probably will be not on the team after this year. And he is the best edge talent arguably left on the board. I think he's edge 4 for me right now, just given how good Aiden Hutchinson's been. He is so dynamic. He's just a lighter dude, and you need to put him in a specific role. That's why he's here at 24 and not any higher. Oh man, this is gonna be weird because I think Darian Kendrick's gonna have to be this pick, guys. I think you know it. Darian Kendrick's gonna be the pick. Really good corner. It's just personality issues that pushed him down the board. Fell asleep with a gun in his lap and got caught with it. It's just like, come on, dude. But you look at him. He's a dynamic corner. Really good. He's been balling out for Georgia. Really high-end talent out of Clemson, and then he went to the best team for a man coverage team. He's going to be great man-to-man. I think he's going to be solid zone. He's going to be perfect for this team. I really do like him on the Cardinals because you guys are desperate as well. Number 26, you got the Ravens. Ravens, man, you guys don't need much either. Gonna be honest. You guys could look at offensive linemen. You guys could. But I can't really see much besides Daniel Faalele at this spot, and not really going to take him at the spot. Ikem Ekwonu is going to be the guy who I take here, though. He does have the tackle versatility. He is a bit underrated. He's an absolute athletic freak. He's what they usually search for in a larger tackle. It's been not too bueno at that right tackle spot. And then worst case scenario, you guys need probably a little bit of help at guard or center, whatever the hell you guys want. Ikem is going to be a really good developmental prospect for the squad. He is also pretty athletic, going to work with this team. I was thinking about taking a guy like Zion Nelson there just because it fits, but I'm not going to reach. We're going to stick with Ikem Ekwonu here. Number 27, you got the Packers. And Packers, you guys probably could be looking at Nakobe Dean next round. So I want to help out the offense right here. I think you stick up north. Go Northern Iowa here. Trevor Penning. He's going to be able to go. He's a left tackle, but we're going to shift him to right tackle there. I think the upside is worth it. Charles Cross is somebody who I considered there, but again, I think Trevor Penning has some unbelievable potential. Thought about him here for the Ravens. I think Ikem is just a really good fit. Bergeron has Ikem as his tackle too, so that does say something right there. You guys already know where I'm going with this pick too. Karlaftis is triple teamed every play. He is arguably the best of this bunch in terms of talent, but injuries are going to push him down a little bit. That's why you have him here. Number 29, you got the Lions. You still have Chris Olave on the board, so we're going to be taking him here. He falls just because, again, you guys might say it's a little bit insane. I'm not finding a team in here that I'd draft a wide receiver to. Right here to the Packers, sure, but offensive line's a pretty damn big hole. Chris Olave is just a steal at this point. I normally have him gone just because I usually draft a wide receiver right here. Wide receiver is just not a really huge deal in this class. There's some dudes like Rondale Robinson that are amazing deals down the line. It makes me not need to go after one. Bills are next. Bills, I'd be looking at a corner here. Mikael Wright is the best value on the board, and I think he's probably the last really good corner on the board. You could look at interior defensive lineman at this point. I just don't think they're worth it. It's a rough spot. It's a rough spot to be. I think Mikael Wright is worth a first-round pick, like a late first if you're desperate, which the Bills are. I think that you guys can use a really good corner too. And Mikael Wright has some big bloods and coverage, but look at, if you're going to draft a corner later, I don't feel comfortable until you're drafting a guy like Storm Duck in like the 3rd or 4th round. That's not good. There's just a huge drop-off after Mikael Wright. So take him right there. Be able to be comfortable with a corner 2 on your squad. Next, you got the Buccaneers. I think we need a corner, but safety is going to be where we're going to go. Brandon Joseph is the best value on the board. Jaquan Brisker is really damn good. Daxton Hill, no disrespect to him. We got to go Brandon Joseph here. You got to help out somewhat in that secondary, and corner is not where it's going to be at. Again, a team like the Bills probably want to go corner to prevent potential Super Bowl repeaters from doing that again. Chiefs need help in the secondary too, man. Honestly, Daxton Hill wouldn't be a terrible choice. Tyke Smith, Jaquan Brisker. Jalen Catalon deserves to be up here. I think he's the best safety. I think he's better than Brandon Joseph. I just didn't really think Brandon Joseph. I think the Bucs would go after potential. We're gonna go Jalen Catalon here. End off the first round there. He's my favorite safety in the class. Not named Kyle Hamilton. He's a stud. He's really damn good. He is a very specific type of player. Miss out to the ball. Not really going to be the best in the run game, but he'll try. So big fan of Jalen Catalon there. Pretty much like Daxton Hill, but a little bit better in my opinion. So that's going to be the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Check out tomorrow for round 2. I'll see y'all on the far side. Peace.